Mary Carter has spent more than 25 years in Catholic education. She earned her Master's of Science in Education in 2002 from Newman and said the university was a great fit for her. After being a teacher for some time, Mary felt called to principalship. She knew about Newman, arranged a tour, and fell in love with the campus and the education program.
I feel like Newman University just gave me a great foundation. It was one of those things where I was immersed in the Catholic faith, but also surrounded by a phenomenal staff of just professors who are passionate about what they did, and there was no way that you couldn't just tap into that passion.
Mary is now the principal of St. Francis at Assisi Catholic School in Wichita. While at Newman, she grew professionally, and being surrounded by service-minded people inspired her to help others. She learned how to apply her classroom skills on a greater level. She discovered that her love of education could be elevated, and she could work with students in a lot of different ways.
I was one of those kids that was passionate about education, and I knew I wanted to be a teacher right from the start. So for me, being in education was something I always knew I wanted to do. Going into educational leadership was something I was really kind of coached into. And so I feel like Newman University was the university that really helped me and grew me into the person and the professional that I am today.
Transitioning from classroom teacher to principal was less of a stretch than Mary had imagined. She finds herself interacting with the children on a daily basis. She said a normal day consists of popping into classrooms to read to the students, or filling in when needed to work with the children individually. She continues to build strong connections with her students, which remains one of her top priorities as a principal.
So there's nothing better than working with kids. And as a classroom teacher, I thought I will never leave this classroom because I love that connection. But I also grew to understand that maybe you can have a bigger influence when you take on a bigger role. And so my passion really grew when I thought, okay, so I can take what I do in the classroom and really grow it into something that I can do a complete school experience.
Mary lives out her passion for education and wants to inspire others to find joy in their life. She said it's possible even in the smallest moments and quickest interactions.
So it really is one of those almost trickle-down effects that when you put your passion and your joy into what you're doing, it just kind of overflows into others and others and others. And so I see that every day when I get to walk down the hallways and I give kids high fives and they smile and they're excited to see me. And it might just be one of those quick interactions, but it's one of those quick interactions that I know means something to me, and I feel like it means something to them as well.
Making connections and building relationships is crucial in education. In 2017, the St. Francis of Assisi staff underwent training for a national program called Capturing Kids' Hearts. The program is built to cultivate relational capacity and improve school culture among many other outcomes. Mary is proud that St. Francis is now a showcase school for the organization.
At St. Francis, we've been blessed to be a national showcase school for Capturing Kids' Hearts for 3 years, and it's a program that's just built on relationships. So it's how we make those connections with our students, how we make them with each other, how we make them with our families, and really I think those relationships have been critical, especially over the last few years where it's just been so hard.
Mary's passion lies within building the very best, most nurturing Catholic culture possible. She hopes her students leave feeling like they were nurtured and cared for, but also with a strong connection to the school and their faith.
Probably the biggest thing that I want for our students to know when they leave here is that we care and that we always cared. And this is something that they can always come back to, because I feel like having those connections with the student is not just for the time that you're here, it's really for the time that goes beyond that. And I think it almost makes it cyclical in that, you know, they leave here, but in just a few years, for me it feels like a blink of an eye, they're back again with their own kids, and they never forget how you made them feel. They never forget that connection.
Congratulations to Mary Carter, 2022 St. Maria de Mattias Award recipient.